Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you for bearing with me. This is part 3 of our video series on Yamaga and Ripplefisher rods. I broke this up into 3 segments so it would post more easily to social media. And so, if you're not interested in one segment, you can just kind of watch the segments that pertain to your interest. So I wanted to talk to you briefly about the Yamaga Seawalk series of rods. So this is the current craze overseas. It's a super light method of jigging that they call Tai Rubber. And the idea is that they have these lures that basically look like a crab or an octopus. They're weighted. They're typically round and oblong and roundish type shapes. And they have different types of plastics to resemble tentacles, and they're worked along the bottom. Super successful method of fishing. Obviously reserved for days when the drift isn't too crazy, because this is a super light method of fishing. But it's also a ton of fun, and I know that this has been very successful down in South Florida as well as in New Jersey for bottom fish of all types. So we do have a few in stock. They're 6'8". We have a medium light and a light. All right, so now I want to jump over to Yamaga's Galahad series of standard jigging rods. In part 2 of the video, we talked about their slow pitch jigging, and now I want to talk to you for a couple minutes about their standard jigging rods. So most of the rods are in and around 6'2", 6'3", and they're one-piece rods. They have fantastic actions, and they're really ergonomically just perfectly correct. They are full EVA handles. They're not split grips as the slow pitch style rods. So I actually own one of these. I have a 622 bait, and I'll probably pick up one of the spinning rods pretty shortly. Really nicely made, great action. Very similar to some of the rods that I've played with from MC Works, but the price point is better. You can pick these rods up for the high 3s, low 4s, and they're 100% Japanese made rod. They also have some heavier models. Like here you have a Galahad 586B. That's a 5'8" rod that is rated for up to 350 gram jigs, PE6. So that's a rod with a little bit more balls to it. We also have that same thing in a spinning. 585S is the spinning version of it. Then we start getting lighter, 526, which is up to 350 gram jig. Again, PE6 rod, but a little bit less drag. Here's a 624, which is a 250 gram jig, a little bit of a longer rod. PE4 rod rated to about 14 pounds of drag. So that's wrapping up the line. I'll close out just giving you guys another temptation of the current inventory. Inventory happens to be really good right now. I bulked up for the holidays. So if you're considering a Yamaga or a Ripplefisher rod, please contact us or visit us online at www.tacklenow.com. You can also contact us 24 hours a day via our social media Facebook account, and we'll answer you, the following morning or sooner. So we appreciate your time again. Thank you for checking us out, and we are honored to represent Yamaga and Ripplefisher in the United States. Every rod we sell comes with a warranty card. You get the full faith and confidence of the factory and a 2-year warranty from the date of purchase to the original buyer. All right, thanks again for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Have a great weekend.